It's movie time. It's produced by John DeSando. Listen to shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John
And
DeSando,
I'm Wayne Miller.
and this is Movie Time.
It is. We're here to talk about Vin Diesel.
Let me see. I've been broadcasting for about 23 years,
Yeah.
just a bit longer than the Fast and Furious franchise. I mean, we were considerably younger men when it started.
Yeah. And I tell you feel old after watching this. So, but you talk about, we're talking, of course, about Fast 10, the latest in the franchise.
Fast X.
And not going to be the very last one either, I bet you, because if anything, this movie, more so than a lot of movies I've seen, leaves you dangling from a cliff.
Yeah.
Talk about cliffhangers.
Look, it's much the same. We don't go to it any more than for laughs and for some spectacular car racing scenes.
And I sat there and I kept thinking, how do they do that? You know, speeding around as they do, the car wrecks and everything. And much less, I always enjoy the fight scenes, and particularly the one with who looks like just a spitfire, Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh, she's great.
And she, to me, she's who makes the franchise. I've always been intrigued with her on TV shows and movies, but she has one heck of a fight scene here. But John, as I said, there are more stars in this movie than there are up in the sky.
Well, just to finish up on your note about cars, which are spectacular, there's one that they spoil in the trailer, and that's the one where the two helicopters are spinning the automobile. They have wires that lift it up off the road.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then of course he figures out a way. I don't know how the guy. He must live at his chiropractor's office, you know, for all the stunts that. He falls out of cars, and the cars fall on him, and all over the place.
Well, you know, you're mentioning the stars. We have 2 pages of a list of actors in their roles, and the one that strikes me is it's just so amusing. Helen Mirren. Helen Mirren appears for what, a minute, 2 minutes?
Yes, yeah, and of course her character was in one of the previous ones. I think the mother of the Jason Statham character, I think is her role in the movie.
Shaw is Jason Statham, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you, I just get delighted when I see Statham.
Yeah.
There's not enough of it for me.
I know. You talk about a pure cynic. But yeah, he's very good in this. Now, but the one, and you talk about somebody, I think you mentioned it in your written review for WCBE, that just literally chews the scenery up. Jason Momoa as the villain, but you can't help but like the guy.
Look, he's partly wrestler and partly effete magician.
Yes.
Coming out in silks and colors and painted nails
and prancing around, literally prancing around. The guy at the one thing though, I find him a lot more amusing than menacing. You know, even though he is a bad guy.
Exactly, that's the trade-off. He's not Thanos.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. You know, somebody that you know, in fact. And you know, there's so much I'd like to say about this movie, but a lot of it relates to the end, as well as, of course, the obligatory scene during the credits that they always show. Because I don't want to give anything away to those who haven't seen it.
Right.
But there's a lot to say about the characters that are all kind of wrapped up near the end there.
What I like about this is that it has the imprint of Vin Diesel all over it.
Yes.
And I say this because I know to be true that the last director, Justin Lin, who was also a writer of this one, was dumped because he and Vin Diesel had disagreement about artistic, I don't know what that means for this film,
Yeah.
differences.
Maybe it does has something to do with the budget and the many cars that they had to expend.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So they have Louis Letterer, I think his name is, who comes from the Transporter franchise. So therefore, he's worked with Jason Statham before.
Yeah.
And he's worked with these tough guys, and I think he does a terrific job. I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
To be able to orchestrate all of these car races and to try to interfuse it with some sensible plot. It means that you need a good director, and I think Diesel made a good choice. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But what I do like to know is that this film is a reflection of Diesel to me.
Yeah, yeah, and I think in your written review that he's also the heart of the series.
Yes.
Too, and the love of family.
Yes.
And because there was it the last one, the one before that had like a dinner scene, kind of an outdoor around a bunch of them around the picnic table and stuff like that, and you do see, and somebody asked me Friday after we had seen the movie, but that asked me if that she had read that they digitized Paul Walker, and I said, well, but I remember there were some scenes, like some flashback scenes and things like that. But she read and said no, that it's kind of like what they've done, for example, in Star Wars, the latest ones, Peter Cushing, kind of brought him back to life, so to speak.
And they're going to digitize Indiana Jones as a younger
yes,
man.
yes.
De-age him, I think they call it.
De-aging,
digitizing.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is, and especially the trailers I've seen of that, talking about the Indiana Jones one, that they do a pretty good job. But I'm looking there and I said, are these scenes from the original, movies and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah.
But anyhow, I would recommend this to people if they've seen others in the series. It's kind of like when we reviewed Guardians of the Galaxy, the third one, recently, that they, you almost need a scorecard. You need to almost have, and which I've seen, that they had, well, I think it was maybe when the ninth one came out, one of the magazines had like a little synopsis of each of the ones preceding it, just to kind of catch up to people. But the same qualifications I would have when we did Guardians of the Galaxy, that I said, if you're new to it, I really couldn't recommend it, because you'd be lost understanding, because there's so many characters in this who've been in previous Fast and Furious.
But I think you're asking too much. I think this is not a film that's meant to be completely understood.
Yeah, well,
It's what cinema does well in many respects. It's visual.
yeah.
And it has a couple of the mainstays, such as Diesel, and now the new Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
That anchor it. And I was about to talk about plot, but I don't know if I can. I don't even know what the hell the plot is.
And I think it's revenge, and because it kind of comes clear.
That's right.
The little scene during the credits that that really sets it up for a sequel, or a Fast 11 or whatever. But yeah, and you're right, because and they introduce some characters who really are maybe kind of the villains, early on, but they stick around and they become good guys. Like Vin Diesel's character, Dominic's half-brother played by John Cena.
Yeah, he is really strong.
Yeah, he is, and he has a good-sized role in this.
Yeah.
And, but if you remember in the last one, when he was introduced, he was more of a villain.
Well, he was after his brother.
Yes.
And this one, he's with a child, one of the younger ones.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
interacting very well. Reminds me a little bit of how well Arnold Schwarzenegger does with kids.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of like the little bonding that they do and stuff. The clothes that they buy and stuff. That was cute. That was good.
Now, before we go, and if people want to hear more about this, because there will be people out there who want us to make sense for them of this movie, and convince them that it's worth seeing, I wanted to mention another one of those many stars, and that's Charlize Theron.
Yes, yes.
And she plays Cypher.
Yes.
And
once again, a villain, from the past. Films.
Do you remember how well she did in Mad Max?
Yes.
I think this made her career.
Well, but also Atomic Blonde.
Yes, right, exactly.
One of the best fight scenes ever with her.
Here's an Oscar-winning actor.
Yeah.
Who can blend in here and actually stand out. I was reading a little bit of a gossipy thing that Tom Hanks had excluded her from a film he was doing because he said she was a supernova.
Yeah, yeah.
She was just
she eats up all the other stars around her.
She does. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, yeah. Now, since you brought her up, and I'll bring up and maybe talk more about it on Back Talk, but Brie Larson too, another Academy Award winning actress who blends in very well.
Here's a class actress who apparently is having great fun.
She looked like she was having great fun.
So what do you advise our audience?
Well, I'd say if you've seen the other ones, you'll certainly enjoy seeing this. Others, though, go for the action and don't try to make sense of the plot or where all the chess pieces go on the board.
I'm with you. This is fast act, and it goes by fast, and it is a visual delight. There's a lot of smirking you'll do, not laugh, but you'll want to see one of the best villains to come by in cinema in a long time in Jason Momoa's character. So what else? I don't know. You tell me what else is out there. And I'll tell you, you're going to have a good, go to your happy hour and then go see your film and don't expect too much. I think you're absolutely right. Don't try to put it all together. It doesn't work.
And right now with ones that are coming up, the summer started definitely. It usually doesn't. It's like a lot of them they hold until like Memorial Day or after.
Well, we're looking forward to Mission Impossible.
Yes, and I'm really looking forward to the 5th Indiana Jones.
I know, Ken's jealous because he really wanted to do it. I said, no, Wayne has it. June 30th.
I even have my little action figures. They're great.